Welcome back to the Crypto Gorilla YouTube channel. So there is a brand new meta. Well, it's not brand new. We spoke about it last week, but a ton of people have finally realized that Bitcoin NFTs, BRC20s are the next meta, and they finally started really popping off. Magic Eden's Ordinal exchange is seeing a lot of volume, and I'm getting a lot of requests for Bitcoin whitelist from my community. So we're going to take a look at a bunch of Ordinal projects. We're also going to talk about an AVAX mint, some ETH mints, and I was going to say Web3 gaming projects. I just say gaming now, no Web3. As usual, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Everything in this video is just my opinion. So ETH mints are still not doing the best. Other than secondary market, there's really not that many plays. The things that are still doing well are captains. We got Pudgy Penguins up over 1 ETH and pretty much every single Milady's derivative. However, Blend did announce 2 more collections to be added to their loan protocol. One of them being Can Pay Pandas. I've never heard of this collection before. I do like the art. I think the art looks cool. However, you're going to notice down here, as usual, there's the Blend announcement pump, but it did start to pump like 24 hours before the announcement. So it seems like there was a little bit of insider trading with this one. However, all in all, the market's pretty flat. Like I said, other than those projects, ETH has been boring. Now, Bitcoin NFTs and BRC20s, on the other hand, have been popping off. So I think, at least for me and my community, it's important to try to jump on the bandwagon and take advantage of the meta while it's hot. So first off, we're going to look at some Bitcoin projects. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these are just art and a community. There's not really any roadmap or any big plans around a lot of these projects. It's just, do you have good art? Do you have a funny name? Is it memeable? And do you have a low enough inscription number? So please keep that in mind for every single Bitcoin project we are going to talk about. So first on the list, we have Bitcoin Whales. Now, I did get a lot of requests for this. People seem to really be digging the art, including myself. I really like how these whales look. This one is going to be a free mint, so you're just going to have to pay that gas fee. And one of the founders, Tosio, who you can see has worked on a ton of different Ordinals collections, so they clearly have experience with Bitcoin NFTs, as well as a network with different founders and holders. So this is a project that is quite sought after. We were lucky enough to get some spots in my community, Gorilla Labs, so I'm very grateful for that one. Next up, we have a project out of Nifty Nuggets. Now, if you don't know Nifty Nuggets, they're an OG IMX community, which recently migrated over to OpenSea. I'd like to think I'm an OG Nifty Nugget. I even have a custom Crypto Gorilla Nugget. However, some of the community members did inscribe a full collection pretty early on. They managed to get 20% of the project under 100K, and then the rest is sub 200K, which, if you know Ordinals, the inscription number is important. Now, if we scroll through the website, you can see all of the art. It's these geese. I personally really love how these look. It's very simple, but it's like an enjoyable simple, and it has this OG vibe to it. I'm personally really digging these, so I made sure we got this collab. I also like that if you filter by rare, you could see they managed to get all of the rare ones sub 100K. So that makes them even more rare because they have that historical value. So there's no minting details on this project just yet, but if you are in Nifty Nuggets or in Gorilla Labs, hopefully you get yourself a whitelist. Next up, we have the Bitcoin Bear Cubs. So these are going to be the secondary collection to the Bitcoin Bears, which is the Genesis collection, and they all have an inscription number sub 6K. Now, if we hop onto Magic Eden, you could see they currently have a whopping floor price of 0.28 Bitcoin, which is roughly 4 Ethereum. And if we look at the activity, you could see that they indeed trade at these prices. So it's not a fake floor. Now, I found out a while ago about these because my boy Captain has been a day one Bitcoin Bear holder. So congrats to him on the W with that floor price. And considering they do have a strong Genesis floor price, I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be looking at this collection to try to get their hands on the Cubs. So unfortunately, the Discord is currently locked, so you're going to either need to be in one of the communities that they're going to be doing collabs with, or you're going to need to simp out a little bit on Twitter. Next up, we have one of the most hyped BRC20s that is yet to launch. It's OXBT, also known as Redacted. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be launching. I thought it would launch last week. However, it does seem like they are continuing to do collabs, so hopefully it does drop this week. The founder, BitGod, has been crushing it, and he is becoming one of the strongest leaders in in the Bitcoin arena, if we can call it that. And he has gained a ton of followers through this collection. If we hop onto Social Blade, you could see he has days where he has plus 5 digits of followers. So congratulations to him on his success. And while some people might be upset that he's delaying, the more he grows and the more followers he gets, the more eyes that are on his project and the more likely it is to succeed. So congratulations to BitGod on his success. And although I don't have whitelist for this one because I gave them all away to my community, I'm really eager to see how it performs because I do find the BRC20s very interesting. Now, there are a few others that I'm looking at. There's a ton that I can go through here. Some of the other ones that I'm looking at are going to be Ordillas as well as the Bitcoin Fox Club. As you can see here on their Twitter, Bitcoin Fox Club has been randomly opening their Discord. You always want to be careful with this when they just open it for like an hour or two, because that link is going to expire, but then a scammer can come in and create the same link and try to lure you into their Discord and then try to steal your money. So don't let FOMO cloud your judgment. Always make sure that the link is still valid based on the time that they put. But just like I was saying, this one, Ordillas, there's a ton of projects. These are some that I'm keeping an eye on, but I haven't spoken with the team. I haven't managed to get any info. So I'm telling you that these are on my watch list, but I don't have any info on them. Next up, even though I mentioned at the beginning of this video that like ETH NFTs and other chains are struggling, I'm still looking out for a ton of projects because the big money is there. The Web2 brands are there, the VCs are there. They're just all waiting on the sidelines, building, doing collabs behind the scenes with different communities, waiting for the market to come back. So I think it's important to keep an eye on all chains, at least the chains that you participate in, because when the market does come back, they're going to hit hard and it's going to go really fast. And if you didn't try to secure as many whitelists as you can while the market was quiet, it's going to be a lot harder once everybody is just clawing to try to get whitelists for all these collections. So I know it's boring right now, but still keep doing the work and it's going to pay off in the future. So the first project outside of the Bitcoin NFTs is called Dokyo. There is no public information about this one just yet. However, from my understanding, there's a really great team behind this project, and they did drop this teaser trailer on their Twitter. It seems normal. It's like a live action where they're going through the city and it's kind of focused around the vending machine. However, throughout the trailer, you have this nice music. It gives a good vibe. And then halfway through, it switches to this illustrated art style, which I personally really liked. And it kind of opens the idea of this world that they're trying to build. You'll notice also that this video did get over 200,000 views, which is great in this market, especially that it launched like 2 weeks ago. Now, something that NFT Boy pointed out to me, because it is him who showed me this project, thank you NFT Boy, that the founder of AVAX did quote retweet this and say that this is going to be a project on Avalanche. So I'm really excited to see how this performs, because I think I've only minted one NFT on AVAX. So they do, in my opinion, need an NFT that is going to lead the way for AVAX NFTs. Next up is a project that I covered a while back called Nada of the Sun by 0 Point. I found this one cool. They had a unique whitelist experience where you go on their website and there's this interactive game/video where it walks you through a jungle and then you get to a temple and it kind of feels like culty vibes. I thought maybe I was entering like an Eyes Wide Shut ritual. However, they did eventually launch a free NFT. It performed really well. The floor currently sits above 1 Ethereum and there's a ton of sales above 1 ETH, so it's not a fake floor. However, it has been brought to my attention that they are going to have an upcoming PFP. So this is definitely one that's on my list, because from my understanding, they have a very strong team. And as you can see, they are trying to build something different with these interactive experiences, which I think is really important right now. Most collections are just doing like a copy paste, and that's why most of them are failing. Nobody is taking risks. Nobody is trying to do something different. So this is something that I like to see. And as more information gets released about their PFP and about what they're trying to build, I will keep covering it, including how to get whitelisted. Next up is a project that I've been trying to get in touch with. So if somebody from the team is watching, hit me up. It is Izumo. Now, I believe this is going to be a free mint. It is based around VTubers, which is when you use a virtual character as yourself in a video. So as if I had like a gorilla above me and you weren't able to see my face. And when I talk, the gorilla talks. And VTubers are actually really big. There's even people who go to live concerts of of VTubers, where instead of a real person on stage, it's like this anime character that somebody behind the stage is wearing a costume and it's copying all their movements. It's pretty wild when you think about it. However, this company did raise $2.2 million, and according to the Mint or Skip newsletter, the founders have had 2 successful exits where they sold a VTuber company to Sony back in 2021. So they clearly have an understanding of the VTuber market. We don't have any information about the NFT and how it's going to work, if it's going to be a utility-based collection. It does seem like it will be around the VTuber, so I'm assuming it's going to give you access to special experiences. However, again, based on the team, based on the backing that they have, this is another collection that I have my eye on. Next up, before we get into the gaming projects, I just want to bring up this leaked message out of the, I guess this is out of the Yoga Pets Discord, where Keungz is talking about working with a massive Web2 IP. And personally, this is the kind of stuff I'm waiting for between the massive success of Keungz and Ray, as well as their connections. I think it's just a matter of time before they start to onboard a ton of major Web2 brands into Web3, which is going to be amazing for the space and hopefully amazing for their holders, because I assume these are the people who are going to get whitelisted for it. So if he's able to bring a super cool anime IP, people are going to jump on this. I always think back to that fake Naruto collection, which went wild. The amount of people who were trying to get into that Discord and trying to get OG or whitelist was pretty crazy. So the day we finally see a real anime, like the actual company, bringing it into Web3, that thing is just going to go nuts. Next, let's talk about gaming. We finally have some bullish news for gaming, as Axie Infinity was approved to go onto the Apple Store after, they say, over 1 year of back and forth with Apple. So this is really bullish for Web3. It's really bullish for gaming, and hopefully this helps us get closer to mass adoption. So with that news, let's talk about a couple of gaming projects that I do have my eye on. The first one is going to be AOTactics. They did just drop this trailer. In my opinion, the trailer looks really good. It looks close to Clash of Clans, which makes sense, as in the Twitter bio, they do say this is by the founding team of Supercell. So not directly by the Supercell company. However, one of the founding team members who was involved in Supercell is involved in this. We don't know who. They aren't doxed, at least not yet, but at least the quality of the trailer is very high. So they're clearly pumping money into this. And as you can see here, the game is currently in private beta, so it does seem like they are showing up with something to actually play instead of collecting money and then launching a game like a year later. I have messaged the team, so I'm going to be trying this one out. If you want to try it, they do have a few quests you can do on Galaxy and then hopefully get approved. I'm going to link that down below. And I can't confirm it just yet, but I have heard that this one is going to be a free mint, so I think it's definitely worth trying to get whitelist. Especially, it seems to be going under the radar. Like this trailer, which is by the founding team of Clash of Clans, only has like 7,000 views at the time of me filming this video. So honestly, it's probably really easy to get whitelist for this project. So it's definitely one I would try to get whitelisted for, as it could potentially perform really well on the secondary market, especially considering that it's free. I don't want to say it's going to perform well. I have no idea, but if it's free, there's no risk. So try to get whitelist and hopefully it's performs well. Last but not least, Xterio finally updated their website, so I wanted to take a look at some of the games that they've finally revealed. So if we take a look here, they have 6 games that they're showing us so far. The first of which is Age of Dinos. Before we just had an image, now we have a trailer. Obviously this is a cinematic trailer. The game itself is going to be like a top-down strategy game. The next one they have, which gives me a lot of GTA vibes, the way they're showing, like with these black lines between the images, it's The Bad, the Good, and the Innocent. Although there is no trailer, we get some images here where you see it's like this open world city, but it seems to be a racing game. I believe there's also some shooting going on. You get to drive boats and stuff. So it seems very similar to Grand Theft Auto. Next up, we have a game that I've covered 2 or 3 times, Overworld. We don't get much more information about it. From this image, you could see it is going to be a grid-based game. And this is one that I'm very excited for their PFP collection, which which should be minting late next month. So we have roughly 1 month before this collection mints. It's one that I'm trying to get whitelist spots for in Gorilla Labs, my private community. Next up, there's Outsider. I really like the cover art for this one. We do finally get a teaser video. It's just gonna show like this girl flying, and then at one point, these two dudes come in running from the back. Right here, you get to see them. Ooh, they're running. But if we take a look at some of these images, I really like the art style that they have going for them. So this is a game that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. After this, we have Block Lords. This is going to be another strategy game. However, their cinematic trailer is very high quality. I was very impressed when I saw this trailer. So this is another one that I'm keeping an eye on. They already have whitelist opportunities available for this game, so you can already get whitelist for it. I believe there's 3 total. There's this one. There's obviously Overworld. I don't think they started their whitelist yet, but it's going to come very soon. And Age of Dino. The Discord is open, but I have not seen any whitelist stuff yet. But I'm assuming since the Discord is open, you can get whitelist. And finally, we have Legend of Genesis. No trailer for this one. Not much info. It seems like it's going to be an MMO RPG. They mentioned here there's going to have PvP elements, but I really like the art for this one. It's kind of like League of Legends, and I guess a little bit of Fable / League of Legends from above, and you just like walk around the city. There's some nice creatures here. So overall, the games that Xterio is building, there's a very wide variety of games, and I personally really like all these games look cool. The art style for all of them looks good. The production value in all these games looks good. So I'm really excited for what Xterio is building, and I'm going to definitely be keeping a close eye on all of their projects. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up on YouTube, on Twitter, wherever you're watching. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, if you aren't already following, would you kindly hit that subscribe / follow button, turn on post notifications so you get informed the second I post. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace. Oh, look who's awake. Look who's awake.